If you think Aries was just about smashing skulls and swinging swords, think again. This god had drama, romance, and plenty of war scars to prove it. Welcome to Mythic Lounge, the place where ancient gods meet modern storytelling, and every myth feels like it's happening in your backyard. Today we're tackling Ares, the god of war, and the guy who probably had more battle wounds than dates, though he wasn't exactly short on those either. Before we charge into the chaos, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss any epic mythic breakdowns. Trust me, you'll want to stick around. Ares' story is one for the ages, filled with love, betrayal, and of course, some good old-fashioned carnage. All right, let's start with the basics. Ares was the Greek god of war, but not in the strategic mastermind way. That was Athena's gig. Nope, Ares was all about raw, brutal, in-your-face combat. Think of him as the guy charging into battle screaming, "Let's do this!" while Athena's in the background with a battle plan and a clipboard. Born to Zeus and Hera, Ares inherited his mom's fiery temper and his dad's ego. But unlike some of the other Olympians, he wasn't exactly adored by mortals or gods. Why? Because let's face it, war is messy, and Ares loved every second of it. He didn't care about the cause, he was there for the chaos. Picture this. Ares shows up to a battle wearing gleaming bronze armor, wielding a spear, and bringing along his entourage. And what an entourage it was! Phobos, fear, Deimos, terror, and Eris, discord, were his constant companions. Basically, wherever Ares went, chaos followed. But here's the kicker. While Ares thrived on the battlefield, he wasn't invincible. In fact, the guy had his fair share of losses. During the Trojan War, Athena tricked him, and a mortal named Diomedes straight up stabbed him. A mortal. Talk about a bruised ego. Now, you can't talk about Ares without diving into his love life, because oh boy, it was a hot mess. His most famous affair was with Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Imagine the sparks and drama when the god of war hooks up with the goddess of love. Here's how it went down. Aphrodite was married to Hephaestus, the god of craftsmanship and the Olympian version of the nice guy. But Ares and Aphrodite couldn't keep their hands off each other. They had secret rendezvous, passionate moments, and, of course, a scandalous public humiliation when Hephaestus trapped them in an unbreakable net and invited the gods to come and laugh at them. Awkward much? Despite the drama, Ares and Aphrodite's love story had a lasting impact. They even had kids together, including Eros, yep, Cupid, and Harmonia, who represented harmony, a surprising twist for such a chaotic couple. Now let's talk about Ares' relationship with the other Olympians. Spoiler, they weren't exactly besties. Even Zeus, his own dad, wasn't a fan. In the Iliad, Zeus straight up says that Ares is the most hated of all the gods. Ouch. And then there's Athena, who couldn't stand him. She saw him as reckless, impulsive, and frankly, kind of a show-off. Their sibling rivalry was legendary, with Athena constantly outsmarting him in battle. If Ares was a sledgehammer, Athena was a surgical scalpel. Even among the gods, Ares was often seen as more of a necessary evil than a revered figure. War was part of life, but nobody enjoyed it like Ares did. That made him an outlier, even in a family as dysfunctional as the Olympians. Now, Ares' mythological appearances are some of the wildest stories you'll ever hear. Let's break down a few highlights. Ares backed the Trojans, but honestly, he didn't contribute much beyond getting himself injured and running back to Olympus. Classic Ares move, start strong, then tap out when things get tough. In one myth, Ares' sacred dragon was killed by Cadmus, the founder of Thebes. Ares was furious and cursed Cadmus, but eventually he forgave him and even let Cadmus marry his daughter Harmonia. A grudge with a happy ending? That's rare for Ares. Here's a fun one. Ares was put on trial for murder. He killed Haliarthias, the son of Poseidon, for assaulting his daughter Alcippe. The trial took place on the Areopagus, a hill in Athens, which later became a famous court. Ares was acquitted, but the whole thing was a big deal. Gods don't usually face justice, even among themselves. So why was Ares so disliked, even by the Greeks? Well, it's all about perspective. While war was a necessary part of life, the Greeks valued strategy, honor, and bravery over sheer brutality. That's why Athena, the goddess of strategic warfare, got temples and festivals, while Ares got side eyes and occasional sacrifices. Even in art, Ares was often depicted as a handsome but brooding figure, like the guy at the gym who's constantly flexing but never wipes down his equipment. Sure, he was powerful, but he lacked the charisma and wisdom that made other gods more relatable. Fast forward to today, and Ares has found a new fan base in pop culture. From comic books to movies, he's been reimagined as a complex, sometimes sympathetic character. Remember him in Wonder Woman? They leaned into his manipulative, chaos-bringing side, which feels pretty true to the original myths. And let's not forget video games. If you've ever played God of War, you know Ares as the ultimate bad guy who kicks off Kratos' journey of vengeance. Talk about leaving a legacy. So why should we care about Ares today? Because he represents a part of human nature we can't ignore. War, conflict, and chaos have been with us since the beginning, and Ares embodies those forces in their rawest form. But here's the thing, Ares isn't just about destruction. His stories remind us that even in the darkest moments, there's room for growth, understanding, and maybe even a little harmony, if you're willing to learn from the chaos. And that's the story of Ares, the god of war, love, and a whole lot of chaos. From his battlefield bravado to his scandalous love life, Ares was a complex figure who left his mark on mythology, and maybe even on us. Now it's your turn. Are you Team Ares, the raw warrior, or Team Athena, the strategist? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this mythic deep dive, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you never miss another legendary tale from Mythic Lounge. Until next time, stay epic, stay curious, and remember, there's always more to the myths than meets the eye. See you in the next one.